Hi everyone, Sarah here today to share another layout with Color Rush Studios Hello Gorgeous kit. I am playing with some cardstock I grabbed from my stash that matched the beautiful papers in this kit here. And I went ahead and chose this pattern paper. It's got hearts on it, and the hearts look like they've been cut out of paper, like old newspaper and stuff like that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the center out of this so I have it left to use on something else if I'd like to. And I'm going to back this cardstock with that pretty paper. I'm really not sure why I opened my trimmer out all the way like that, but I did. It didn't really hurt anything. It's just not sure why I did it. So I trimmed my paper down, and I am going to ink the edges with black soot. Sarah Scraps was in a live a while back, and I was chatting away with her, and she did it on some of her cards, and it looks so cute. And I'm kind of with her on not doing it on really intricate things or certain things because it can kind of make them look dirty, but I figured I would try it. I used to do it all the time. I used to ink the edges of like everything, and I stopped doing it. Don't know why, but I did. But through this layout, you will see me, inking the edges of some of my paper. I did not ink the pattern paper, but I inked that cardstock. I am also using a cherry on top sketch for this week as well. You'll have seen that at the beginning of this video. And here, I'm looking for something, can't find it. There, it was my eraser because I somehow managed to get some of the ink from inking the edges of that paper on my background. But it's okay, I just covered it up. It's not a big deal. But at least I was smart enough to move it this time so that I'm not inking it right over the edge of it. And I'm not sure how it worked that way because that's a brand new foam blending end on that. And so I'm not sure what came off. Either way, no big deal. I went ahead and cut that piece down, and I was going to add it. It's smaller than what's shown on the sketch, and I do deviate from the sketch this time. It shows a wider piece down the center of the layout that you saw on the front, but I went with a smaller piece, and I also added that burlap. I love that, and a doily. And I'm going to play with some of the tags from one of the sheets of paper that came in the kit this month. And I'm going to go ahead and ink those. And I'm going to tuck the tags here and there underneath it. They won't stay exactly where they're at right now because I do tend to move things when I start actually adhering things down. But I'm kind of just getting a general idea of what I'm going to do with them. It is always smart for me to put the lid back on my ink because I will get it everywhere. Or stick my hand in it or stick something else on it. I'm going to use the same paper that I backed my entire layout with and back my photos. And this photo is my daughter petting a horse. She loves horses. And she just loved this day. This horse just came right up to her and let her start petting him. And it was awesome. She got to sit there and she just talked to him. She just sat there and talked to him and pet him, and he was so sweet. And so I had to scrapbook it. Here is another piece that there was another sheet of paper and I cut it up. It had tons of little tags and stuff on it. And that's where that "So in Love" came from, that I stuck at the right-hand side of my photo that I'm inking now. It won't stay down at the end of it either. I do move it around. It stays on the layout. I actually use that as my title. I didn't want anything big and bold, really. "So in Love" just kind of works perfect for this because when it comes to my daughter and horses, yeah, she loves them, and it's like she has an instant connection with them. This is not the only horse that has just been real at ease with her. We have some friends that rehab animals, and I've scrapbooked it previously, but they're rehabbing some horses, and one of them has become quite attached to my daughter, and she loves messing with it any chance she gets, and it comes up and eats right out of her hand and lets her pet him, and it just melts my little heart to watch her with these animals. It's awesome just to see how they react to her as well. And she's so good. Even at 7 years old, she's great about being so calm around them and not being loud and rowdy. She just does really, really well around the horses. So here I'm trying to figure out what else I want to stick on there, because I feel like the bottom of it is not really evened out with the fact that there's not another tag. And so here I'm going to go through the tags and try to figure out what else I want to put down there. I didn't want anything else darker. I used the other half of that on another layout previously, and I'm going to use this portion on this layout. And I'm just going to tuck it in up there. Here I'm trying to figure out which one I want, so I'm going to rough up the edges and tuck them under and see what I want. And I'll end up using the butterfly one. I just wanted a little more yellow down at the bottom, and I thought that worked with the butterfly one. It just added some yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and add tape to that and tuck it behind there. It kind of evens it out a little more. I do like the little more pop of color, the yellow down there at the bottom. It just kind of, it worked for me. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the back of the photo, and then I'll add that little tag that I made there, or ticket, or whatever you would like to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of this and go ahead and press it down to the layout. And yeah, when I'm using the burlap and stuff, I love the texture, but I try to add more glue to places like that because I know it's going to have more of a bond. I'm going to go ahead and pop my photo up on 3D foam, and then I'll stick that to the layout. And then I get to start playing with some of the little embellishments. I am adding more glue behind this as well, since it will touch the burlap and it will also touch the doily and everything. But before I stick it down, I'm going to grab what I have left of my Heidi Swap Color Shine in gold, and I'm going to splatter my layout with that. And then I'm also going to grab my Prima watercolors there. They're metallics, and I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of the black metallic and splatter it sparingly around my layout. And I will clean that up and be careful moving it because I have the habit of spilling that when I leave liquid in it. I'm going to go ahead and press my photo down. Get a drink of my coffee always. I think you guys see me drink coffee throughout my layouts all the time. And no, these aren't morning layouts. These are like late night layouts a lot of the time, and stuff like that. So 10, 11 o'clock at night, 2 in the morning, and I'm drinking coffee. I don't know if that's a lot of y'all, but yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. So I took another one of the sheets that has cut aparts, and I punched out a circle that says adore. I really like that pop of color that it also brought. It's just pulling out some of what is in that floral paper. So I had popped that out. It does have a little piece that was showing at the bottom that, because the circle I used was a bit too big, but I loved that like corduroy heart and I thought it worked perfectly. So I just covered it up with that. I'm tucking little pieces here and there. I didn't like the way that looked, so I pulled it off, and I'm going to add some of the white flowers. Because I didn't want to add like the big pops of pink or anything. They're gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I want to use them. I think they're gorgeous, but I use the white ones on this one. I also cut that little sprig in half so that I can use it in more than one spot. And I added a flower down there below the adore circle that I had punched. And I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these down. I just have to add a little bit of adhesive. This stuff works so well. This is the Scotch Quick Dry. And I do add tape to the back of this one because it was up a little higher and multiple layers underneath it. Plus that glue was still sticky or still wet and moving. I add some glue to that heart and press it down. Clean up my mess a little bit, and then I'm going to start messing with these little hearts that come in the ephemera pack. I'm going to add a couple up to the top left and then a couple to the bottom right. And I'll add one on top of that adore. I believe I add a yellow one on top of that adore. Just another little pop of yellow down there. Yep, there it is. It kind of gets lost in the background if I put it just on the black floral piece. So I went ahead and moved it over to the right-hand side and tucked it behind that gray, that other gray heart. And then I added a couple up top, and I'll stick those down. And then I will pull, in the kit, you get these really pretty shiny, they look like bubbles to me. That's just what I think of when I see them. And I'm going to add some of those here and there on the layout. Just tuck them in, no rhyme or reason. I just like the way they look. And that finishes this layout for me. I really hope that you enjoyed this. And if you did, please remember to like and subscribe. The link to Color Rush Studios is below. And have a great day. Bye.